Welcome back, everyone. It is day 19 of Black History Month, where we celebrate Black History 365 and sometimes 366. Okay, so today is one of my favorite court cases. Did you know that the United States Supreme Court has held one criminal trial in its entire existence, and it was to prosecute a white sheriff and a mob for the lynching of a black man? Let's get into it. So the case was the United States versus Shipp. And this is Joseph Shipp, who was the sheriff who was prosecuted for this crime. All right, let's get into what actually happened. I'm sure I'm going to go over my time I'm trying to go over, but stick with me. It's a crazy story. Now, this is not the best picture, but this is a picture of Ed Johnson. Ed Johnson was accused of SAing a white woman. This is 1906, Chattanooga, Tennessee. He had a solid alibi, but that did not matter. Some drunk said that he saw him out there with the woman who was assaulted, said that somebody had a leather strap. Some random drunk guy said, oh, I saw Ed Johnson with a leather strap. So then he gets arrested and he is put on trial for the SA of this white woman. Now, prior to his trial, as you can imagine in the South, a lynch mob comes up to the jail and they're like, we're not doing it. We're going to be at the trial. Give us Mr. Johnson. We're going to take care of him. But at this point, Sheriff Shipp, he was like, look, we're going to have to show decency and order, because remember, this is not too far outside of when the Civil War ended. And so you had these southern states trying to prove that they know how to take care of themselves. So he's like, no, we're going to handle this right. They actually shipped Ed Johnson off to a different jail that night. He's not there. They are able to cause the mob to go away. So Mr. Johnson is brought up on trial. This is the judge, Judge McReynolds, not Jonathan. But of course, this is Chattanooga, Tennessee in 1906. So of course, the jury is all white and all male. So surprise, surprise, Mr. Johnson is convicted. Now that said, there was a moment there where Miss Nevada Taylor, the one who was assaulted, she gets on the stand and she's not very sure, and there's just a lot of doubt going on. So much so that at one point the jury stands up, one of the members of the jury is like, can you tell me if this is the dude that did this to you? And she goes, yo, I'm pretty sure, I think that's him. Now that sounds like reasonable doubt to me, but you know, it's 1906, Chattanooga, Tennessee. He a black man. Now the jury does actually deliberate for quite some time. I want to say like 12 hours, but eventually we all knew what was going to happen. He's convicted and he is sentenced to death. It's important to note too that he had some of the top defense attorneys, this is Shepard, one of his attorneys, at the time trying to help him out. But of course, again, because of what's going on in the context, he had no chance. He was convicted. Now, another attorney that Mr. Johnson had that was kind of sitting second chair was Mr. Pardon here, who was African American and for obvious reasons was not sitting as the lead counsel, but he was able to help Johnson for the appellate process. Specifically,